We are back with another Dolphin Collective. We have, 5 days, give or take, until the season starts for the Miami Dolphins. We know who the captains are, and there's a lot of other things that happened today, so let's jump into it. What is up, Dolphin fans? Happy Tuesday to everyone. We're back with another Dolphin Collective. I do have to shout out today's sponsor because you see we got SeatGeek here, which is a fantastic app. Again, use the promo code PHINS. You get $20 off your first purchase. So many people use SeatGeek. 28 million downloads, 70,000 events, sports, concerts, festivals, all that great stuff. Go check it out. Also, if you're on your phone, you might as well go over there and you might as well use Sleeper. Sleeper is a new sponsor of the channel, and let's hear what Sleeper has to say.
Sleeper is the #1 fantasy sports app. It pays to know sports. Pick more or less on top players. Your first pick is on us, so start winning now. Play in Texas, Georgia, Minnesota, and 27 more states. Pick anytime across all sports, pregame or live. Over 10 million players are already on Sleeper. Make your picks count. Score up to 1,000 times your cash. Join today. Get up to $100 credit using the code HMA. Call your shot on Sleeper. Download now.
Seriously, Sleeper is like a super fun app. I even made a pick'em league on Sleeper. Super fun, easy to use. Go check it out. Use the promo code HMA. You get 100% matched on your first $100. So go check them out. Obviously, if you aren't yet, go check out the podcast, whether it's on Spotify, Apple, all that stuff. Give us a 5-star rating. And if you'd like to become a member, it's the join button next to the subscribe button. You get all the perks. You get to use our faces. You get to let us know how long you've been a member, ask a question. You get your name at the end of the episode. So,
your status.
Now that we got the business side of things over and done with, let's talk about the business side of things. The Miami Dolphins have announced their 2025 captains. Now, some of them aren't that surprising. Some of them, they've already been captains before. You got Tua Tagovailoa, Aaron Brewer, Alec Ingold, Jordan Brooks, Zach Sealer, and Bradley Chubb.
You've got two that are first-time captains for this team in terms of Bradley Chubb and Aaron Brewer. Brewer, this is his first time ever as a captain. Chubb had been a captain previously in Denver.
Yep.
And Jordan Brooks is a first-time captain as well.
3.
Oh,
yeah, because last year was his first year here, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Brooks.
Did we ask him if he was a captain at River in Seattle?
He did.
Okay.
He wasn't.
All right.
So we
what
saw
people
that he's taking that step. So we saw that. But, what's your thoughts on this? Now, we'll start with Omar. Anything interesting, intriguing you about this list of captains?
Some people in the media, I am not one of them, are fascinated by the fact that the number has been reduced from 8 captains to 7. You're not fascinated by that? No, not at all.
Of all people who's not fascinated by numbers, Alan Boupar.
No, right?
I didn't even know it was 7 to begin with. I always thought it was 8. We've had so many different coaches. We've gone to 4. Sometimes we've had 2. I remember the year where Chad Pennington wasn't a captain, and then he instantly became a captain. Then I remember a year Matt Moore wasn't a captain and then became a captain during the season. So I don't put too much stock in captaincy, but there are leaders that are stepping to the forefront. Minka obviously is a leader. I think he's got a quiet personality, which probably impacted him from a voting standpoint. Obviously, everybody's all in their panties are in a bunch because Tyreek wasn't a captain, even though Tyreek said, I don't expect to be named a captain. And other than that, I'm a little surprised because I've seen elevation from a leadership standpoint from Devon Achane and Jalen Waddle. But only other surprises is Aaron Brewer over Austin Jackson.
Yeah.
Not a surprise. Oh, not surprised at all. And that's even not sorry, Omar. That's not even considering what Chris Greer said when he had his press conference after the cuts, and the question was asked, whether Tua had any input in some of the moves, and Greer flipped the question around and talking about leadership, and the two guys he mentioned immediately were Aaron Brewer and Jordan Brooks. So that to me right there. And if you look at personality, personality counts when it comes to leadership. Does Austin really strike you as an alpha guy, like a butt kicker for lack of a better term?
I think he's evolved and changed. I think he's more authoritarian than he used to be. I think he takes on a leadership mantle in that room, in the position room, probably with Brewer. I'm very curious about that dynamic. But I thought Austin Jackson, Aaron Brewer, both of them to me are equal leaders on the same plane.
Well, I will respectfully disagree, my friend. And if you look back at the joint practices in Chicago when there was the little fracas in the end zone, who was in the middle of it was Aaron Brewer. And then on the other side of the field, it was Jordan Brooks basically throwing a punch at Tyrell Dodson. Like, dude, match their physicality over there. So not surprised in the least over there with those two guys being there personally.
So, Alan, do you think that the captains, like this whole hoopla, because all the teams are, releasing some type of image, letting people know. Do you think it really matters? Because I have Mike Willings in the comment section saying, "Who cares who the captains are? Does it make a difference?"
It's ceremonial more than anything else. Because, like Mike McDaniel said when he talked about the captains, is even if you don't have a C on your jersey, does not prevent you from leading. And in fact, we were going to reference it, but the Dolphins put out their little video Under the Sun, episode 1, and one thing that they showed was the aforementioned Tyreek Hill chatting up the guys before practice, and then talking to Storm Duck after practice. I guess he beat him or something, and Tyreek is like, worry about your process and all that. That's leadership, even if he doesn't have a C on the jersey.
That's what I heard. That he's doing. And that's what I like, that, a lot of people are like Omar said, in their feelings that Tyreek's not a captain, but I wouldn't be surprised if that was Tyreek being like, I'm good. I kind of want to focus on me and focus on what I'm doing right now. Which you could see that he's taking a different approach to 2025. It seems like he's more focused on getting better and kind of that wide receiver room.
Stop, Omar. Don't start this.
Hold on.
For now.
Yeah, let's not.
I'm just saying, I can't predict the future. I can't predict the future.
What Tyreek is going to do. He changes like the South Florida weather. He really does.
I'm just saying. I can't predict the future.
Omar, but here's the thing, Doug. Here's the thing why Tyreek had no shot of being a captain is the whole theme this year with the Dolphins is everybody's rowing in the same direction. And how does that mesh with Tyreek's comments of "I'm out, bro," or him pulling himself out of the game against the Jets? And Tony, go ahead. By all means, you sound like you have something to say about that.
Well, hold on. Do you think after that game that he had was there no shot of him getting a captain, being a captain this year because of that? Or do you think there could have been a redemption arc and he could have got being a captain?
Exactly.
That made it tough. And then Tua's comments in training camp when he's talking about we're still working on the relationship, that's like that ship has sailed bye-bye, no sea.
Interesting. TD?
Omar, you look like you're dying to say something. Say it.
Nah, the one thing I've learned about Tyreek, and you've covered him probably a season longer than I have, Tyreek is not going to change. He's going to be who he is. And the one thing about this regime is they want you to be who you are. So, that Mike is really about authenticity. He's not trying to change Tyreek, despite what fans want to think or say, or you need to act like everybody knows Tyreek is going to troll. That's what Tyreek does. We'll probably talk to him tomorrow. He'll probably say something to troll to get a headline.
We hope.
No, we don't hope. I don't hope.
It's always good content. It's good content.
No, I'm good. I don't need Tyreek. And that's my biggest issue. If I could turn off one thing about Tyreek, it's the attention-seeking behavior. And that's the dangerous part for me. It's great. You're a receiver. We know how your DNA wired. It's look at me. But when you're not paying attention to Tyreek is going to do something to make you pay attention to him. And that's the dangerous moment right there.
That's why you should have made him a captain. Because now he's craving. He's craving attention. Oh, yeah? Okay, let me see if I can one-up this. Listen, the Tyreek slander has to stop officially today. Okay?
What slander?
the undertones. Okay, listen.
I'm listening.
First of all, I like the captains. I liked every single one of them that was selected. The Aaron Brewer one, thank you. That's a exact model. You come in, you put your head down, you do your job, you lead by example, and you do it well. People underestimate how great he was for the Dolphins last year, in my opinion, at least. Brewer held his own.
I don't have a problem with holding your own.
I know he just went from great to holding your own there. So
he was great. He was great for me in the sense that he had big shoes to fill. Connor was everything, in my opinion. And I thought it was going to be a massive fall off in that department, and he held his own. And that's more than we could have expected. Nobody had that. It was a wild card. We didn't know, but at least he held his own. So I love that move because he hasn't been a distraction, hasn't been a problem. And obviously for his teammates to vote him, he's being vocal. Okay. Yep. Also, I don't know much about the whole Brooks thing. You know, I watch him from afar, but I haven't really been able to see his personality and stuff like that. So I don't want to say much about it. So I don't know how to actually evaluate that. But thank you for not making Austin Jackson a captain.
What you got against Austin Jackson?
Austin Jackson ain't no captain. He ain't no captain.
You don't know that. You don't know
listen,
that.
Let me tell you.
Austin Jackson has gone through a very intentional metamorphosis as a person. Will you agree, Poupard? There's a different Austin Jackson than the Brian Flores Austin Jackson.
Well, he also came into the league. The dude's been in the league like 15 years, and he's still 25 years old. I mean, that's true. I exaggerate slightly, but he was like really, really young when he got into the
conundrum.
He couldn't even. But when he came into the league, he couldn't even drink legally.
I know.
That's true.
Well, good job in his metamorphosis. But I'm sorry. I just don't see enough. But let me tell you what I was surprised about. Bradley Chubb becoming a captain this year speaks more volumes than people realize. You talk about a guy who wasn't on the field last year to lead by example. That means he went into overdrive being a leader as best as he could while he wasn't on the field. And that's kind of where it starts. That sets the tone. I may not be out there with y'all, but I'm going to be in your ear. I'm going to be a part of this team. I'm going to be able to. And I think a lot of that might have carried over. And then coming into this season, needing to focus on his own craft and getting back, he was still probably able to show leadership qualities. So I think his teammates might have rewarded him for that. That was the surpriser to me, but it's a good look for him overall. But let's get to this Tyreek thing real quick. Here's the deal. Tyreek should have been named a captain, though. And I'm a listener of words, and I don't want to misskew the words he said. He did not say, I don't want to be captain. He did not say, I don't care about being captain. Tyreek Hill said, I am going to do all I can to work hard to become one. And if they decide I'm not one, I'm not going to let that change my approach of leading. So he didn't say, oh, I'm okay, I don't need captain. He made it clear in his interview, I'm going to do all I can to lead and be a captain. And if they don't feel like I should be one, I respect it. So, and maybe I'm wrong. I just saw a video on the Dolphins YouTube channel, and that's what I want to hear in and out. Every aspect of every clip of Tyreek, you know it wasn't playtime. It wasn't laughy, jokey Tyreek or trolling. I mean,
that's what they put on video, but I see a lot of laughy, jokey
but
Tyreek
maybe Omar
play.
Maybe Omar, but there's a blend of it. Sometimes you want to get along and have fun with your friend, your teammates. But let me tell you one thing that's important to me with leadership and captains. What is everybody doing when you're doing that? How are they responding? Are they engaged? And every time Tyreek has those guys, they're engaged, they're listening to him, they know they can look up to him, and they can take his advice. They should have brushed all of this drama under the rug. Tyreek is a captain because at the end of the day, he's the sail to the boat anyway.
I think it would have made them be mocked nationally, but
well, here's the mockery. Here's the mockery. Last thing, Alan. Here's the mockery. Then if you're gonna take that approach, why he on this team? See, you fumbled the ball.
He scores a lot of points.
Exactly. So you could overlook it for him to be on this team because anybody else would have been gone.
Yeah. Overlook it for him to be a captain of the team with the C on the jersey. And the other part of it is the C is very ceremonial, and it represent guys who are like team first, all about the team. And Tyreek can't be all about the team if he's spending half his time trolling on social media. That becomes a problem in terms of being with that C on the jersey. But because when it's time to ball,
out for the team,
TD, when it's time to ball, he absolutely has leadership qualities. But it's when he's away from the facility and is getting on Twitter on his phone and all that, and then that's not team first stuff.
Tyreek is about Tyreek, and I don't think anything will ever change that. And I'm not saying that that's wrong, because he's made himself a Hall of Fame player being about Tyreek. But I don't care one way or the other. He's going, and I think it was Jordan Brooks who said it. He's going to be our emotional leader. It's he's still in a leadership position. Tyreek is the emotional leader of the team. And I don't think anybody sits in that front chair other than Tyreek from an emotional standpoint, from an energy standpoint. Maybe Devon Achane is up there, but do I need him to have a C on his chest? I actually don't. And I'm really okay with it, because I know at some point this season, the old Tyreek is going to surface. And then what?
Because y'all ain't give him the C.
Well, here's my thought.
That's captain behavior. Right? You didn't give me the C, damn it. I'm gonna.
Hey, know your players, man.
Hey, and listen, on his outburst, for 4 minutes of a 5-minute interview, he said all the right things. He only came back because Ann said, "You're a captain. You need to speak and represent this team." He came back and talked. For 4 minutes of a 5-minute and 30-second interview, he was on his best behavior. Then something happened that snapped him and made him go into selfish mode. And unfortunately, that's who he is.
See, as a fan, right, we see the captain nominations, because me and TD and everyone else that's watching this that are just fans, for the most part, we see about 5% of what happens between these players. So we can't really sit here and talk about, Brewer's only doing this much, or we look at this person and he's only doing that much, because we don't see, like, the only time we really got a glimpse of any type of leadership is when we got Hard Knocks, where we kind of saw, and again, but that was like we went from 5% to maybe 15%, because they're not going to show everything. So more you guys as the beat writers who are in practices and watching this stuff, you guys can actually tell us and attest to, no, yeah, we saw so and so take the group and be a leader. So for us fans to see this list, we're like, oh cool, Alec Ingold, obvious captain, Tua, obvious captain, like these are guys that you expected. But then to see Bradley Chubb and the talks of him taking the next step, and seeing Brooks and hearing him talk about it, but also seeing him pumping up dots and stuff, like that's where things get cool, and it kind of meshes together for us fans. Because again,
this is where I pay attention to the captaincy, and I always watch who gives the pregame speech.
Yeah.
I always watch who gives the tunnel speeches. I always watch how they behave on the sideline when they're down and when they need to rally. I watch after practices who's leading the units with the push-ups and the sprints and talking through the groups. And it was always the same captains. And I and what's important is people don't understand that there's a leadership council. And that leadership council, which is made up of those captains and some select individuals, they are the ones that run the team. And I think they run the team more than Mike runs the team. And I've always been on that wavelength, because Mike is truly about player empowerment. Yeah, we know. Yeah.
Because you're a player agent, so yes.
Listen, Mike has always been about player empowerment. If the player said, "Mike, we want our day off to be Wednesday and we want to work on Tuesday," Mike's going to deliver. That's they at some point they said, what was it last year? Something they were doing that the players decided that they needed to change it, and it was changed. That's how this team is run. It is a player empowered team. And what I know we're going to talk about this, but what I liked about the documentary that the reality series promotional material that they just put out is they humanized all these players. And as somebody who's done packages like that, it's important to humanize them, because when we get to November and people are asking for people to be fired, you want to make sure you see the human element of them.
Very good.
not to like promote, but I got the great privilege to talk to Teron Armstead last night, and that was one of the things that he even brought up, that a lot of people underestimate how much things that are said on Twitter get back to the players. Like Teron was talking about when he first came into the
All
league.
do.
Yeah.
Are you
Every
kidding?
game.
Like when we walk into the locker room, you know what the locker room looks like?
Yeah. Because Teron was saying when he first came into the league,
like literally, they didn't even take a shower before they're like, what's being said about me? Like,
he was saying how much it like took a toll on him, some of the stuff that was said from his rookie year, and like even like now he kind of brushes it off. Obviously he's a vet, but yeah, Teron was saying like his rookie year, oh, this guy sucks, we should have never drafted him, no wonder. They said no one one of the things he said that stuck out the most for him is no wonder he could only play at a small school. He was like that. He's like, it bothered me.
Ouch.
And he was like, but then it took me a hot minute, and then I kind of brushed it off. He said he started questioning himself, like, am I this and am I that? So people don't realize that football players a lot question, am I good enough? So
they do that all the time. I can tell you, there's a player on NFI. You could see he was going through some stuff. You could literally see it. You could watch practice and see he was going through some stuff. And I'm not surprised he's not like, sometimes I've dealt with people with mental illnesses on a football team. And there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. And now they have team psychologists. This is throughout the league. Every team has a team psychologist. Now, do players trust those psychologists? No, they don't. So it's the mental toll and the mental anguish that players go through and their family members go through. What's being said about them impacts them. It absolutely does. And what's being said about their team impacts them. You don't think what was being said about Jordan Poyer, like really got to him? Like, you go from being a superstar to being washed, and everybody knows you're washed.
He's got the receipts. Remember, he said that in his Buffalo press conference.
Yeah.
He kept
we got the receipts.
We got the receipts too.
Jalen Phillips, 61-yard field goal. We got the receipts.
Yeah, we got the receipts too. You helping Buffalo win.
Before we get to the donations, let's talk about the title of the video. Can leadership navigate the Dolphins out of troubled waters? And it's a good conversation because at some point, and Omar has talked about this a ton, at some point you're going to hit that adversity. And what is the quote that Mike McDaniel? Adversity builds what, or adversity brings
opportunity.
Yeah, there you go.
Adversity brings you one day closer to death. Oh no, wait a second. That's
adversity creates opportunity. Then there's a new one. They say we do.
They talk we do.
Yeah. Mike's big on saying.
I remember. I wish it was colder too. But go ahead.
Which was hotter too. Yeah. Every coach comes up with it, and I love the internal shirts. You guys never really see the internal shirts, but those especially during the Mike era, because he's about.
What's the one where it's written here, Miami different or something like that? Yeah,
I'm just looking for a slogan we can actually back up.
Mine's show me. My 2025 is show me. Like,
it's time for us to have our good one, Doug. Good one.
Like they've been, but it's a good topic because. Like I said, at some point you're going to hit that adversity. How are the team captains going to kind of keep it together? Because, we've talked about, and you hear about it all the time with coaches, especially with Mike McDaniel, who, nationally is on a hot seat. Did he lose the locker room? So we'll start with TD with this one. Can the leadership, get these Dolphins out of maybe a 2 or 3 game losing streak? Like, will they be able to hold this team together?
It's too early to say. You have to wait to see, because it'll be unfair to just say no, they can't because of the past, because we have some new leaders as well. What I will say that's important for people to understand about the word leadership is, and I'll dial back off of my previous stance. Everyone is a leader that claims to be a leader in their own special way, in their own makeup of it. But what a lot of people don't understand is there's a such thing as an effective leader and an ineffective leader. Okay, so you can be named captain, you can be quoted as a leader in the locker room, your teammates can don you as a leader. But the one thing us as fans and those watching the game can do, we can see if you're being an effective leader. okay? Because effective leaders, we don't have to go off of opinion. They garnish results, and they move numbers. Now, does it have to be wins and losses all the time? No, but have you impacted that player next to you to thrive into a new level? Have you impacted the team? When you speak, do you command the team? Do you get their attention? Do you get them to move mountains with you? Not for you, but with you. So that's the one thing that people need to understand about leadership. If effective leadership is quantifiable, you can actually see results from it versus this notion of, oh, he's a leader. No, he not. Yeah, he is. No, he not. No, we need effective leaders, and I hope that we selected some this year that can lead this group through tough times, and we shall find out.
But leadership is an intangible. You can never deduce, okay, the Dolphins rebounded last year, well, because they had good leadership. Well, if they had such good leadership, how come you had a bunch of guys who kept showing up late?
Because they may have been leaderships telling people where they were wrong and doing this, but it wasn't effective leadership. When whoever was in that locker room responsible to make sure people were on time and hold them accountable, they might have told them, but the players didn't respect it enough to continue to actually do it. So you weren't effective.
But my point is, then I could argue with you that yes, they were effective because the results show it, because the Dolphins bounced back from
what results? What results?
They bounced back last season.
They bounced back from 2-6.
Tell me what results. This is a perfect example of what we were kind of talking about earlier in our private chat with Calais Campbell.
Mm-hmm.
That you look at the D-line, the unit, beat down to a pulp, but still were productive. That's where you know you have an effective leader.
Now, when Sealer was out, they weren't productive.
Dude, they were 27th in sacks. They stopped the run, but they
Correct.
were.
How were they in pressure? I'm sorry, that D line actually created pressure, and all
they had no pressure players, but they still delivered a top 5 defense.
Yes, I don't get what y'all talking about with the D line.
And was it because of leadership, or was it because they had Calais Campbell and Zach Sealer on the defensive line? What made the defensive line good? Because they had 2 ballers.
But again, that whole unit as a whole played well together. They play well together. You can see organically the unit actually make plays.
Sure. Okay. And in the secondary, one of your most important players was probably the antithesis of what I would call a good leader. Sorry, Omar, Jalen Ramsey, who is Mr. All for me for himself. And
he's like number 3 on the complaint list of bad leaders in the secondary, from Javon Holland to Jordan Poyer to Jalen Ramsey.
No. Don't get Poyer in there. Sorry. Poyer was a very good leader. Javon Holland is also somebody who was like,
I disagree.
Where do I get my bag?
When did Poyer become a good leader? What did he do to be a good leader?
Good fit.
He came out from day one and said, everybody thinks you're soft. Mm-hmm. You guys, because I'm not part of you.
You don't think that's done to basically try to rally the ropes and get him tougher? You don't think there was value in what he said there? And
no, I think there was value in what he said. Huh? No, there was no lie.
Jordan Poyer had a really, really rough year, but I would take issue with saying it had anything to do with intangibles. It had to do with the fact that the good guy can't move anymore.
Well, at the end of the day, it starts at the top when you want to talk about leadership. Okay. Yes. So that's where you probably should start. Is Mike Lee, and Omar said it, and I'm going to be honest with you. With this group, I don't know if it's the best approach. We'll find out this year. He allows the players to lead, and that is a good approach in the NFL. But is that good for the Miami Dolphins? We'll see.
But here's the thing also, is I'm going to give him his props because I did it for Flores as well. But Dolphins were 2-6, and it was looking bad, and they easily could have chucked it, and they didn't. And they rallied and put themselves in playoff contention.
Yeah. That schedule got easy. You're right.
But and I was going to say that. See, I was going to jump on that. But
that schedule got easy. You're right.
There is no such thing as an easy schedule in the NFL, ladies and gentlemen.
Stop.
PD. I was going to agree with you, but if you take a step back, it's an NFL team. So if you lose the locker room, you think they beat the Jets in overtime if he doesn't have that locker room?
If what?
Do you think the Miami Dolphins beat the Jets in overtime if he lost the locker room?
Are you talking about early in the season in Miami?
It was in December.
That wasn't early in the season. That was after 2-6.
Yes, it was in December. They went in overtime.
December 8th.
Do you think he beats them if he lost the locker room?
The Rams. Think
The
about the Rams.
Rams.
That's a playoff.
Exactly.
That's a
Like
playoff win that nobody ever gives them
I'm
credit
confused.
for.
Are we
on
talking
the
about
road.
good
They were
teams
2 and
here
6 when they
or
beat the
bad
Rams.
teams?
It doesn't matter. Were they a playoff team? Thank you.
Who, the Rams?
The Rams,
Yes,
they were
they
2 and
were.
6.
Oh,
the
yes,
Dolphins.
yes. They played the Rams
So
the exact
they
week
played
where
a playoff
they played the
team,
Rams.
won a playoff game.
The week their three
against
starting
on the
offensive
road.
superstars
TD.
came back.
if he lost the locker room, would they have won those games?
Well, first of all, who said he lost the locker room?
But that's the point we're trying to make, is that the 6-2, because I even kind of poo-poo the 6-2 record because it was against inferior teams in some games.
What is
But
this
when you-
inferior
but when-
team talk? There's-
Omar, inferior
Come on, Omar,
teams
seriously?
exist.
No,
Like,
no.
come
The San
on,
Francisco
man.
49ers, when the Dolphins played them, they could get in any. They had a rough season, a lot of injuries, but they could get in anybody.
Were the Browns good?
You know what? On
The
Sunday,
Browns with Dorian Thompson-Brew at
The
quarterback.
Browns, the
Browns.
Patriots.
Okay, I'll let that ride.
Come
I'll
on.
let that ride.
But my point, and I'm agreeing
wasn't
with you,
trying to-
Omar, is the whole point of this is, and Alan brought it up, is that he didn't lose the locker room. Because if he lost the locker
I didn't
room,
say he lost the locker room,
but that's
but
what we're saying. That's what we're
I have
talking
seen-
about with
I've
that
covered a lot of
6-2
Dolphins
stretch.
teams where the coaches
yeah,
lost
but
the locker room.
regardless, if you lost the locker room or not, when you play inferior competition, you got a better chance to win.
No, they would have lost to the Jets. They would have lost to the Rams. They would have lost to the Patriots. There was a lot of games that they would have
49ers.
lost.
I'm
if
still
he
looking
lost the
for this
locker room.
inferior competition y'all keep talking about.
Every
Like,
win we had, Omar, except maybe the
Vegas,
Rams,
New England,
every single
Cleveland.
one of them.
San
Every
Francisco
one of them.
can kick anybody in the mouth.
Yeah.
Anybody.
They were
I didn't
down
know
to
we
their
played
second
San
team
Francisco
players.
last year. Did we?
Huh? San
We played San
Francisco.
Francisco last year?
Yes, you
Yeah, they
did.
did.
I didn't remember that.
Look at you.
And they weren't good. It
conveniently
probably
forget.
was when everybody was hurt.
I mean,
But again, you don't.
It probably was when everybody
if
was hurt,
Tennessee could get you last year, Tennessee. How many times did Tennessee cost you? Like,
which is even more embarrassing.
That's my point.
It happens,
Anybody
though.
can get you.
Yeah, it
Anybody
happens.
can get you. Did the Eagles lose to Tennessee? Did the better teams lose to the ones? Did the Buffalo? No.
Yes.
Buffalo
Yes,
lost to Jacksonville, in 2023 in London. So let's not sit here and think that Buffalo.
2023 in London when Jacksonville was the favorite to win the division.
Like, weren't they sucked in 2023?
They were the favorite to win the division. That's
You're
what
gonna make-
shocked
you're gonna
everybody
make
that
me-
they
you-
sucked.
They did. No, they weren't the favorite. They did win the division.
So,
That might have been a
Jacksonville beating
23?
Buffalo.
That was a Tannehill-led team.
No,
I'm
you
talking
talking
about
about
the-
Tennessee. You talking about
No,
Tennessee.
Tennessee. That was a
Yeah, we're
Tannehill-led
talking
team.
about Jacksonville
Oh,
in 23.
in London against Buffalo. They were not supposed to. Buffalo was not supposed to lose that game, and they lost bad to that.
Well, I'm
game.
sorry. Buffalo ain't as special to me that as y'all peg them and keep
Buffalo
pegging
been
them.
special for like 3 years, isn't that?
Yeah,
the-
because this division been trash for 3 years.
Sure.
Put Buffalo in the AFC North. Would it be the same picture every year?
Yes.
No,
Mhm.
it would. They have 2 more losses every year. Every
You
year.
beat the Eagles. Like, the Buffalo's beating really good teams,
Yeah, because they're a good team.
I'm sorry, Buffalo's very good.
but
Yeah,
they
they
also
are a
got
good team.
they've gotten caught a lot too. Buffalo teams get caught with their pants down all the time.
Yeah, listen, but you know what? Anytime Buffalo got caught, it's that guy over there that had a bad game. He makes or
I ain't
breaks
gonna-
them.
I'm not
He
gonna
makes or
disagree
breaks
with that because I think if Josh Allen goes down, which I don't wish, I'll even knock on the wood. They're a
Yeah,
5-win team
they're a 5.
without
Thank
Josh
you.
Allen. Yeah.
They're a 5-win team. Josh
What
Allen.
did the Dolphins win? Tua Tagovailoa goes down.
Stop.
5-1 team.
Stop. No, they're better than that if they play a full season.
Anyway,
Not if they don't
let's
get
get-
their quarterback in than they got last year after Tua went down.
They can get 7.
Let's get to these donations. See what the community has to say. Joffrey becoming a member. We appreciate you, bud. Noel B says Tyreek being voted captain would have been a bigger crap storm.
Yeah, probably.
agree.
It would have been
Everyone-
mocked by Pro Football Talk.
Did you see Pro Football Talk? They had the Dolphins like 29th in
Mhm.
their 32 their ranking.
I mean, you could look at those rankings. You could just tell that the teams that they expect the team to circle the drain. They're going to put you at the bottom, and you got to dig your way out.
The funniest one, and I tweeted this out. ESPN, somebody on their the official site did like a simulation of the season, and they had the Dolphins making the playoffs.
Hmm.
They had the Dolphins going 9-8 and making
They-
the playoffs.
And then they fixed it.
And then they had the Eagles going 8-9, and they had the Cowboys winning the division.
They had the Cowboys winning the division.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
9-8.
Wow.
What was it?
No.
The AI ChatGPT
something like that.
simulated of a Dolphin season and had them at 10-7. And I was like, the 8th best record in the NFL. And I was just like, yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
Tua stays healthy. They can win 10 games. The Foo family with the $20 donation. The best show ever. Question: if Tua is concussed one time, will he return like usual, or will the Dolphins shelf him and play the optics game? Thanks. I think, me personally, Tua gets hurt, and I said this with my expectation video. I don't care if it's a dislocated shoulder, sprained ankle, I'm done. He gets hurt one more time, I'm done. Time to move on. But if it's a concussion, you got to shut him down. Like, there's no way. The only reason he was on IR after the Bills concussion is because of the optics and the PR of it. Because he was fine, like, what, 2 or 3 weeks later. So do you guys think you think he's done if he gets one more concussion?
Nope.
Not necessarily.
He says he's going to play till he dies.
Well, from a team standpoint.
Literally.
$52 million, 79 to release him. Not happening.
Oh,
injury insurance, Alan.
Oh,
they do have that. Just saying. But I'm on the side where Tua's already made it clear. We don't even need to question that anymore. He's gonna play football.
correct.
So
that's his mentality.
It's the game he loves. He's gonna go out there. If he hurt and he down for 5-6 weeks, all right. But hey, when I'm ready, hey, let's get back out there. Let's go. And it is his team until 2027. So
unless I'm throwing up gang signs, I ain't telling y'all the truth.
Yep.
You will never hear me ever say I got a headache.
Well, he don't have to lie anymore.
Another concussion. It's an automatic IR.
That man Tua can't lie.
You know what I think Tua bothers Tua the most is that his name is synonymous with concussions.
Yeah.
I'm lying from this point.
Yeah, it's the card he was dealt, though. It sucks, but he's had what?
National television ambulance came out, and he's got the fencing posture. It's like, and he's a quarterback
twice.
It's just,
like,
but the one on national TV is the one that really.
Yeah. But then doing it again, that's why it's like I see where the Foo family's coming from.
We're on national TV.
Yeah, Thursday night games.
Buffalo.
Correct.
Now, officially, he's had 3. Unofficially, maybe 4. So it's like at some point,
Buffalo.
Yeah, 5 or 6. Maybe he already been lying. I don't know. You never know.
If he didn't say after the Packers game, if he didn't say to Mike McDaniel, what did they ask him? They asked him something, and he was like, "Oh, I don't remember." And they were like,
"That was the day after." The day after, though. Yeah. And remember,
they were looking at film or something, and he was
correct.
like, "I don't remember that." And they were like, "Go see the doctor." Like, what is going on? And he had a concussion.
But here's the thing: he wasn't necessarily lying after the game, because if you recall the press conference after the game, and he looked perfectly fine. Concussion symptoms sometimes can get delayed.
Trust me,
and
I still get.
Answer the question here: he gets a concussion, he's going to go on IR automatically because of the number of concussions he's had.
It's like I said, it's like what happened last year. He probably could have played. He went to Disney World 2 weeks later with the team. Like he traveled. He was on the plane during IR. He traveled when you're not supposed to under concussion protocol.
I'm not telling you the truth anymore.
Going forward, ain't nothing wrong with Tua. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
That's what I like about Tua, but that's what I don't like about Tua. He's a fighter. Like TD said, I'm going to play football and I'm going to go out there, but you gotta come on, man. RJ with the $5 said if the team fails early, Hill will be traded. No way you can make him a captain. On a positive note, those rivalry jerseys are really nice. I love them. I'm going to get a helmet and I'm going to get a jersey. I'm going to get a helmet right there. But yeah, I think that's another PR thing where like we're 1-6. He's getting traded. Like
I don't even think it has to be 1-6.
It could be 3-5.
Yeah.
Is the limit.
I'm pretty sure Tyreek knows he could be traded at trade deadline.
Can I jump in here real quick?
Sure.
I wouldn't necessarily equate you can't make him a captain because you might trade him, because the Dolphins had David Long Jr. as a captain and they didn't trade him, they cut him. So
cutting captains.
That is true.
Gangster. Hey, man, they told him stop freelancing.
Yep. John C. with the $25 donation. Big ball over here. He said, are we ready to run the ball on second down Sunday? Most importantly, when it's 2nd and 7 or less with the money signs. I hope so, man. You gotta stick to it.
So are you saying run on 1st and 2nd?
Oh, like 2nd and 7. Most importantly, running second down.
Yeah.
Because the Dolphins tend to run on 1st and then throw on 2nd and then put themselves in a hole.
I know.
So he wants that running. I think he made a deal with us that he was going to have like a crazy donation if they stick with it, which you don't have to. don't. Don Green becoming a member. Shout out to you, Don, for becoming a member. Keys on my mind says Muscle King is the captain of the Dolphin Collective.
Arm Queen.
Arm Queen.
Thank you.
The captain.
Doesn't it look like a beard? Doesn't it look like a beard? That's like you're thinking it's a king.
I'm going to assume Arm Quinn is me, so thank you.
Y'all need that veteran leadership in the room. Let's acknowledge that. Yes, sir. He's been doing it. How long you been doing this, Alan?
Covering the Dolphins full time. This will be year 36.
See, I was gonna say almost as long as I've been born, but I'll be 38 this month. September's my birthday. I'll be 38, so almost as long as I've been born.
How about that? Huh?
Is Omar the baby?
I'm no, Omar's man in the ring now.
Yeah.
How old are you,
Omar? I'm talking about veterans.
Trying to figure out his age.
18 years in the game, 18 years covering the Dolphins. So I'm trying to think who's the young whippersnappers. There's a lot of young people. He's the grizzled veteran, but I think I'm number 2, right? 18.
Hal maybe
talking about those years, but all right.
Dolphins have aged me a lot, man. My first season was 2007.
Yeah, I ain't had these grades when I started.
Mm-hmm. Neither did I. About to get rid of them.
Alteron with the $20 donation said, when we drafted Skylar Thompson, Miami could not have a backup that gave a hint of competition for Tua, but of how sensitive he was after all the quarterback fair rumors. Then we started complaining bad backup quarterback play. Why? If you know, you know.
You know what? I need to clear something up with this. You know what I realized? It's not. It had nothing. I don't think this has anything to do with Tua. The Dolphins not bringing in
nothing.
competition.
This is long-standing, way before Tua.
I think they're just so scared of the drama with the fan base and the media, because they already know people would have been all over like me, like the competition.
Because for a fact they bring in like Flacco maybe 2 years ago, people would have been like, oh, Flacco, and then it's like this whole rigmarole. But yeah, because they did it with Tannehill. Tannehill had no competition. Garrard went down. He was handed the starting spot, and that was it. And he never had any competition.
It was a competition for a week. I always hate that competition.
When?
Yeah, it was a week of practice. Matt Moore, Matt Moore.
You mean as when he was a rookie? Once they gave it to him, it was done.
Tannehill won.
There were like a number of mutinies on Tannehill. Yeah,
Tannehill won.
Question: when they came back from England and Philman did that whole firing of the offensive line, cutting the offensive lineman to set up was there a competition at that point too? Or
that was Gase.
That was Gase.
That was Gase. Was there a competition at that point?
No, and I don't think it was.
He did that because Laramie Tunsil, Mike Pouncey, and I think Brandon Albert was the other one. We're coming back from injury. So Douglas Turner,
so he made it seem like it was.
No, he was sending a message to the team.
That's funny.
He was absolutely sending a message to the team. Sometimes you need those messages.
Who? Adam Gase?
Yeah. Oh. When he fired those guys, he sent a message to the entire team.
Oh, that
was the best.
Oh my gosh.
They made the playoffs that year.
Yeah. That was the birth of the unicorn line.
Was that the year that he did the onside kick against Denver, like a big FU to the Broncos?
No,
or was that the next year?
It's 2017.
I was at that game, and I was like, "What? He is mad at Denver! Like, holy moly!"
Yep.
John Elway, he was like,
"So was Mike. So was Mike. that 70-point burger.
No, he
Shoulda
should have went for the
kicked
I
the
agree with
field
you,
goal.
but he kept he believes in football karma. So
man.
Yeah, look what
He
happened
hit
with
us
the end of the year,
anyway.
all the
He
injuries.
hit us anyway.
He sent Robbie Chosen deep when they're up like 63-20 in the fourth quarter. Come on, seriously?
Man, talk about football karma. We the Miami Dolphins.
We got no karma, man.
He gave birth to karma.
Fish Pilot with the $10 donation said the only time a player-led team ever worked out in the NFL was Billick coached Ravens. Yeah, that is true. This team is not that at all. Yeah, Ray Lewis,
Tampa Bay under Chucky was a player.
Yeah, Brooks.
What
Who
about
else?
Chicago?
Sapp. Yeah,
Yep.
you got to have those
Gordon.
guys, and we've talked about
Gordon.
that. Like, you got to have that type of player.
You gotta have dogs, alphas.
Yeah.
I don't think this team has many alphas on it.
Huh?
Oh yeah, they don't have. Come
TD
on.
behave. TD behave. Go ahead, Doug.
Yes, they don't have many alphas on the team, unfortunately.
If
but
people only saw what we talk about off of camera. Anyway, LaFarren with the $5 said, how is Tua able to call Tyreek out about quitting on him when Tua wasn't even available several of those games, which caused frustration?
he's got a valid point, but
We got no pushback from anyone on this.
Tua was forced not to play.
Tyreek played on the injury.
No, you're right. I agree
The
with you.
whole season.
All season. Yeah, and I think that I can never get to what set him off, but I think the fact that he played and Tua didn't was a contributing factor that said like something set him off. It was like a match that was lit.
And hold on, couldn't Tua play that week before he played?
What?
Remember, well, 2 occasions. I remember one going into the playoff. Well, if we play next week, I'm playing next week, no matter what.
I don't know if he had control.
Now, here's
over
the thing. Here's the thing.
That part of it was a team decision too.
Yeah, I don't think he had control over whether he played or not.
Exactly. And because that's why we have to. This is like you're gonna get comments like this calling Tua soft. At that point, how much control does Tua have over that stuff? You know, that's why like the whole going on IR with the concussion, it's not really up to him. It isn't.
I don't know why people call individuals soft. That's like so
No, it's
unreal.
But we can call a team soft.
Yes, you can.
Okay. All right.
An identity. Yes,
All right.
but individuals. Nah, I mean, I don't think any NFL player is, quote unquote, soft. Some may be more passive than others, but not soft. They all out there busting their behind, playing the most gruesome game there is, and putting their body through what I don't want no part of. So the soft narrative you can label for the team, how it operates as a whole, but no, individuals, that's crazy work.
James with the tenor says Josh Allen is the Dolphins' daddy. Every time he sees us, he's taking his belt off and giving us a country butt whooping. Why did TD buy his dope? He's not that chronic.
Where did
He got
TD
that
buy
chronic.
Yeah.
Where does
He
TD
got the
buy his
chronic.
dope? Because he got
I
the
guess
chronic.
because you don't think Josh Allen.
Get them? They said they sold out right now. I'll let you know when they go back on sale.
Birthday Salavi with the 20 says Chubb being named captain speaks volumes about how the players respect him and his resiliency, especially when you think about how everyone knows that he's a prime trade candidate if things go bad. By the way, shout out to Uncle Pooh.
Trade.
I don't think he's getting traded. I don't think his contract really. We're not going to look at it now, but
yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
I don't think it's favorable to trade because of next year's numbers. Everybody thought he took a restructure and all of a sudden all the money's gone. Next year,
The money was
No,
gone.
he's got no guaranteed money next year.
He's got no
Well, it's not
guarantee.
guaranteed. Yeah, he getting cut after the season.
Yeah, he gets cut after the
Listen,
season. He knows. I think
I'm already blocked by him, so I'm not even getting in this conversation.
Why he blocked you, Doug?
I talked to Teron, and Teron was like, "He blocked you?" I was like, "Yeah, probably because I said we could save money by moving on from him." And Teron was like, "Yeah, I would have blocked your ass too." But he still talked to him.
I would tell y'all
Mistake.
my falling out with Pouncey. One time, I had a great relationship with Pouncey, and it was a year he was actually playing. The last year he was playing for the Dolphins, and I wrote a piece on These are the guys that are in hot water at the end of the season because of their contract. And Pouncey was one of the guys. Pouncey was so mad at me, cussed me out. And when he saw me in the locker room, like, how dare you put my name in that? Blah, 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 blah. This organization ain't going to cut me. I'm too valuable. Got cut the next offseason.
Wow.
Ugh. So you're up there. You can, because you go in the locker room. I'm not up there, so I gotta watch my P's and Q's a little bit more.
I gotta watch my P's and Q's. I gotta watch my P's and Q's because I'm in the locker room.
Exactly. Oh, that's true. Number one Heat fan with the tenor says, has anyone in the media asked McDaniel why he doesn't use an additional lineman in obvious short yardage situations?
I did last year.
And if not, can you either, if you to do, or so they already asked, yeah.
Yeah, you asked McDaniel or Frank Smith, because I remember Frank Smith being asked specifically, and his answer was, that means we stick him at tight end, and we ask a lot of our tight ends, and I'm not sure if it's more complicated than that to stick an offensive lineman there. And sorry, not crazy about that answer personally.
It was piss poor answer, but I think we probably need to ask Mike directly, because it's when you're the worst team for 3 years at something, you might want to try other things.
Make the adjustments, man. Make the adjustments.
Like hell, why you don't try the Wildcat? Why don't you be creative? Because
it's like walking into a door and then like just turn the doorknob, man. Like try something different, dude.
He's trying to screen passes.
Oh my god,
bubble screen.
Hey, some of them pop.
They do pop. I watched a lot of them pop during training camp.
Yeah.
Birthday song with the fiver. He said, am I wrong for thinking that McDaniel is a slightly better version of Cliff Kingsbury?
I don't know Cliff Kingsbury.
I think we'd have to be more.
You wrong. I mean,
they're all in the same family. They all hang together. All that young batch, that young crew. I don't care.
I think McDaniel had a better body of work before he became a head coach than Kingsbury if we took over.
JG out here saying with a $2 donation, saying DJ might mess around and rush for 100 against us, Daniel Jones. He's not the type of mobile quarterback.
If he's still athletic, which we don't know.
Yeah, I don't know why people got me nervous about the Colts. I don't know why.
Because they got
a good team other than the quarterback. They got to look at their roster, their depth chart. That's a good team minus a quarterback.
So I'm going to say this to get it out there because I'm superstitious, and it's been said to me about 100 times today. The Miami Dolphins are 3-0 so far with Mike McDaniel in season openers. The Indianapolis Colts have lost 11 straight season openers.
Just our luck. That's what we do.
Xavier Howard's revenge.
Oh, and he's starting. You seen the depth chart?
Well, I knew he would start. Come on, man.
What else did they have? They had no one. That's why they brought him in. Whittaker with the €5. He said Omar is not going to take any slander on the wins because wins are a quarterback stat, and the win-loss record is the only stat that he has left to defend his blow. No, I could give you stats.
I could give you hella stats.
For days, I could give you stats, but we're not doing it. We're not gonna do it. I like stats, like top 5, and
I don't know what y'all talking about.
7 categories over the last 3 years. Devin with the fiver says, if the Dolphins defense can stop the Colts run, and contain Tyler Warren, they will win 28-7.
They better contain Daniel Jones and don't let him become mobile. Because the one thing I did see in preseason is quarterbacks can get up out of that pocket. And I hope they have tightened that up for sure.
Number one Heat fan also said with a $5 donation, Tua doesn't have to lie. He just has to plead the fifth.
Funny.
Imagine that. Tua, are you with me? Hey, follow my finger. He's like, I plead the fifth. He just walks away.
Answer that question on the grounds that it may incriminate me.
He just closes his eyes. I plead the fifth. I'm fine. Figueroa with the $2 donation. I want Waddle to surpass Tyreek Hill. I think it's time.
Yeah, I want to win the Powerball this week.
Yeah, man.
Ain't happening. 2 different athletes.
Yep.
If I ever win the lottery, speaking of that, TD, I'll give you guys some money. Depending on how much I win.
Listen, I hate this 1.3. I'm in Stephen Ross' office. Give me a piece of this, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm buying the Dolphins one day. If y'all don't know that, it's happening.
You know he wants 10.
I'm gonna give him 12.
10 million. 10 billion.
No, billion. Yeah, I'm gonna give him 12. I'm gonna give him 12.
How much is the Powerball right now?
It's just 1.3, but when I get that, it's gonna pay out 600. I'm gonna put the rest in Bitcoin.
He's gonna go to Vegas, put it on black.
Hey, exactly. I'm gonna get to Vegas, play a few hands. Hey, when I got that 12, I'm in Miami Gardens. I'm telling you, hey, listen.
We're gonna be doing this, and we're gonna be like, why isn't TD here yet? And then all of a sudden, breaking news. We're gonna be like, oh my god.
Nah, we're gonna be doing this at the 50-yard line.
My phone rings. Doug, get off the show. Okay, I gotta go to work now.
Listen, that man had spent 20 years trying to get in the NFL. People don't realize he ain't letting it go, and he's moving it, passing it down to his kids.
You gotta offer him more. You gotta offer him more.
Good luck with that.
I DM'd Elon Musk though. I said, "Hey man, help a brother out. Go ahead and get me the Dolphins." He ain't never replied, but I think he might one day. If he do his own.
Dozen with the tenor said, "Can someone help the coach with his press conference posture? He looks down during his responses, which appears not so trustworthy."
I don't know what he's talking about. Mike,
could that just be the new attitude of the team now?
I can see when Mike is distracted, but I don't know about down.
I'm sorry. This offseason, I mean, there's moments he's back up, but he was looking stressed early this offseason. He was really, and
it wasn't joking as much.
Yeah, it was like, man, Crew better give me some people on this roster. That's kind of how it looked.
He's throwing me under the bus, man.
I'm telling you, he looked bothered, but as time went on, he started to get closer and closer back to what I'm used to.
I really don't see any change.
Deuce's skating rink, Fiverr. He says, "Don't mean to sound like a crazy fan, but number one has
no one
has our type of defense nor offense. I think we can beat everyone on our schedule for real, and Ollie will score Sunday." Any given Sunday, that's football. That's why I like it so much.
Beat everyone on our schedule.
Except Buffalo. Go ahead.
Yeah, we're gonna go 15-2.
Well, worried about Baltimore and Washington and then Buffalo.
He was already shown you could beat Baltimore.
He showed you could beat Buffalo.
He's what, 2-1 against? No, 2-2, I think, against Baltimore.
He won by game by himself. Cool, awesome, well done.
He loses games by himself, according to
you. He doesn't. No, he doesn't. Mr. Kansas City game in Germany, where you were trying to pin it on him because he didn't complete the 2-minute drive, and I was telling you,
Eagles too. Throw that on the Eagle. Throw the Eagles on the pile too. Yes.
No.
I'm a Tua believer, but I need to see clutch execution play.
Are y'all naming games that he didn't come through?
What?
Y'all naming games that he didn't come through?
Yeah, no.
We got 4 minutes left.
Let me get my thesaurus.
Nope. John C with the $20 donation said,
"No, not happening.
Do whatever they want on first down." I don't recall if it was the second or third preseason game, but they did it again. Threw on second after a nice run, and I believe it was a sack. Then third and long. No bueno.
One stat for you: the Dolphins led the NFL in 2nd and 1 passes in 2024. Just thought I'd throw it out there.
Speaking of that Kansas City Chiefs game, to go off of what he was saying, we had 2 rushes that got us down to their 31-yard line, and then we threw it 4 times.
Yep.
What are you doing?
Yeah, why would you put the game in?
The great with the $5 donation said, "The season is almost here. I'm ready to get my heart broken again." That's the best part.
This the year, man. We're gonna do something special. I'm telling y'all, Fin fans, rise up.
Alexander with the tenor said, "Love the show. Thanks, gents. Hey, can anyone claim injuries are not an excuse? When 4 more starters go down, almost no team can survive. End of day injuries are often make teams win or lose. Where's the lie?"
End of day injuries.
I guess he's saying, like, at the end of the day, injuries are what makes, because you got to.
I agree.
I don't. I mean, some teams still survive with multiple injuries. It's a matter of how you build the roster. Do you have depth?
Exactly. It depends on how well you coach and develop your players and your player selection. Mm-hmm. If you had a Channing Tindall that was actually a good player, then you wouldn't have to go out there and address it with 4 different free agents. that's the roster development. We don't do that over here. Y'all know that.
That's why I say you can't use it as an excuse. You just failed at building a great team, one that can sustain those things. So, yeah,
injuries can make a difference, absolutely at times. But to always pin out, well, we lost because we had more injuries. That's too easy. Come on,
it's not we lost because we had more injuries. We lost because you're only as good as your weakest link, and your weakest links aren't good.
This is when your big money players need to rise up and elevate everybody else. And sometimes
Josh Allen
doesn't happen.
Okay.
Sean with the tour asked Somar, why is he obsessed with alpha males?
Because alpha males win football games. Alpha males command. They have a presence that commands respect. They show up in the clutch. The best players that I've seen inside that organization have been alpha males. Unfortunately, we've had too many coaches that want to run off alpha males. This one is not necessarily one of them, but I don't think that he's attracted to alpha males.
Finn for Life with the $20 donation said, Dolphin I look forward to watching the most is Patrick Paul. What Dolphin player are you guys looking to watch this upcoming season? Jonah and Kenneth Grant. I really want to say.
Who? Say hi, Mila.
Hello.
Hi. How was school today?
Good.
My little one had her first pre-K today. She had fun.
Say, this is my third week.
This is my third week.
Whoa. Good time.
Player. Patrick Paul is a good one. Patrick Paul is a really good one. I'm excited to see Jalen Phillips.
Yeah.
I think Jalen Phillips is going to have one hell of a season.
Yeah.
Me, y'all already know. Tua all day.
Ollie Gordon, Tua for me.
Ollie Gordon?
Nice. Josh with the tenor said, more teams are policed by players than you would think. It's about what players are doing the policing and who has to be policed. In 94, Dion named to be police and Rice had to be the one to do it.
Dion needed to be policed and Rice had to be the one to do it. Yeah. I after talking to players, I've realized player-led teams are way more common than you think that they are. That we're talking about Belichick teams, we're talking about Parcells teams, we're talking about teams with Mike Singletary on it, we're talking about Mike Shanahan teams. It's
But when does a coach realize?
Because Belichick, sorry, but not buying throwing Belichick into a player-led team.
His first championships were those teams were led by their defensive players.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
And Asante said that they were player-led teams. The problem, and a lot of times players had beefs with management, had beefs with Belichick. Why you think that a lot of people sided with Tom Brady in their beef together? But it is what it is.
Lay down the law.
Yeah.
No B with the five.
We'll see how Bill Belichick lays down the law at UNC after they got that smack down.
Did you see his girlfriend on the sideline? People are saying that she asked him for money for a snack.
Oh wow!
No. I don't know what that was. Why is she on the sideline like that? Come on, man. Like, what are you doing?
Y'all let Bill live, man. Y'all leave Bill alone.
I agree.
No B with the five said, I no longer participate in the bubble screen drinking game. That man is in AA if he participated in that game. Holy crap. Holy.
The bubble screen.
And Tony, Antoine with the fiver said, how do you think the running back room will look at the end of the season? P.S. TD is the GOAT. Yes, he is. It's interesting because right now we have 3 on the active roster and we have 2 on practice squad.
A-Chain got to stay healthy, man.
Yeah,
I really want him to.
Has got cut today from the.
Are you back on that?
I want him.
I still want it.
They're not going to do it because we want him.
The squad.
I still want it. I still want it.
Bring him in.
Okay.
I still want it.
You still want it?
Yeah, bring him in. John C. with the tenor said, Poop, did you check out the snap as soon as the motion pass the center and on one more time? Let's rewind that and let's try that again.
Take 2.
Boo, did you check out the snap as soon as the motion passes the center on most snaps? I know you are the research man. Defense getting the jump. Oh, I see
I
what
have
he's
not,
saying.
but
So
it's,
when the
it's a very
motion gets
interesting
past
point
the
that you made
center,
there.
it's normally when we snap the ball.
Is
Interesting.
it a tail? Something other teams
Like
Yeah,
go,
yeah.
go, go. Do you guys remember that one?
That it
Jesus.
wasn't accurate, but yes, it was
Oh
very.
my god, that's interesting. I gotta check that out. Someone's gonna have to say this name for me. There's no way.
Jaron Kiwai Sagapolutelli,
Thank you.
I think.
Remember that name, true freshman quarterback at Cal, Miami's future in 3 years.
Where is he from? Hawaii? Let me guess.
Definitely. He's a lefty too. Watch. But we're going to get out of here. We will see you guys Friday. We are doing 6 to 7 Friday. Remember, 6 to 7 on Friday. Come hang out. Thank you for everyone who donated, supported, hung out with us. We will see you Friday. But we out. Help Scout.